Howdy folks, Tex Grebner here with Tex Grebner Outdoors. I hope you guys are ready for your Tex Grebner Outdoors Saturday morning cartoon awesomeness because it is the grand finale. This is the final episode of Illinois Archery season 2018. I have hunted until the last hour of the last day, the last minute of the last day. And you'll just have to wait and see how it turned out. But it has been an emotionally taxing season. I have never hunted this far into the season, but I would rather die than look in that camera and say that I quit. If you guys want to make it weird, you can go to TexGrebnerOutdoors.com and support the channel by buying some Tex Grebner Outdoors merchandise. We've got a Kill with Sticks t-shirt. We also have a Make It Weird t-shirt. We also have a Make It Weird sticker. Also, I really appreciate all of you that have bought the merch. And if you are a traditional bow hunter and you're in the market for your supplies, you can use the discount code of Tex Grebner in your checkout at threeriversarchery.com. The question is, did I break the whitetail curse? Did I kill with sticks?
If you think this is stupid, then you're basically right, because I'm not out here with any expectation of success. I would have as much success if I left my bow at home at this point in the season. And that's the sad truth. Now, if you want to tell me that I'm a terrible bow hunter, that's fine. But traditional bow hunting is a persistent commitment to the acceptance of failure. Now, celebrity traditional bow hunters that tend to be converted by other traditional bow hunters, they kind of skip the failure stage, because let me explain it like this. When I go and I hunt hogs on the high fence properties, I know the hogs are in there. I know that it's a target-rich environment, and I know that if I hunt hard enough, I'm going to have plenty of opportunities to be successful. And for a person that has the money and the means and the connections, they can pick up a traditional bow, get proficient at shooting it, and have incredible opportunities based off of their ways and means, and kill more animals with a traditional bow than most traditional bow hunters will kill in a lifetime in their entire year. In my case, I've had several opportunities this year that I just haven't capitalized on, or I've made mistakes. And so I'm not out here with any expectation of success. I'm out here because I said that I was going to hunt as many days as I could. Not only is nature metal, but the gods of the hunt have a cruel sense of humor when it comes to me. About 50 yards that way, there's two deer that just crossed the property line. We're at the tail end of shooting light. There's no way they're gonna get here while it's still legal to shoot them, if they even decide to come this way. But the hunt is a visceral mystery. A wily coyote is my spirit animal. There comes a point where you just have to laugh at your own futility. It was the second to last day of the season, and this plan was born out of pure desperation. I was set up alongside of a deer trail in the snow, hoping that the deer would file past me along the hillside, because that's where a trail was, and a trail that went up the hillside. Now, of course, sometimes my plans are just dumb enough to work, but this was also an absolute bare-bones setup. I didn't have time to get anything set up here. I just got in with my tripods, and I kneeled in the snow most of the afternoon. 10 degrees outside, and then finally I saw the deer moving around on the wrong side of the property line and on the wrong side of the creek. But all the cold was forgotten, because they are so majestic. And it is one of the great pluses and curses of being a traditional bow hunter. because if the property line was not in the way, for a compound bow hunter, you could feasibly have taken a shot and killed one of these deer. But because of my limited range and because of the property line, I was able to watch deer in the late season being deer, being their wild and free, majestic selves. And as much as I wanted to break the whitetail curse, I couldn't help but think that they were beautiful, and that part of the joy of hunting them is that they are so difficult to hunt. But even though I watched the deer across the creek, knowing that they were out of my reach, I still watched along my peripheral vision, hoping that a deer would be on my side of the property line and come past this snowed-in woodpile. The temperature dropped even more, and it was down into single digits, and the sun was dropping and the moon was rising. And then, in a poetic irony, just at the tail end of shooting light, here they came. And I was in a bit of a moral predicament. It was more moonlight than shooting light, and they were at the very edge of my range. And all I could do was laugh as they took the trail that I had considered setting up on up the hill, but hadn't, in favor of this spot, because it was much more shielded by the snowed-in brush pile. But here they were, on my side of the property line, and they had won. Once more into the breach, Shakespeare wrote. In my case, once more into the teeth of winter I go. One last adventure as the deer season winds to a close, wondering if this plan is just dumb enough to work, if this idea is just wild enough to be successful. I had adapted my spot setup to be alongside the trail that the deer had gone the night before, kneeling in the snow, watching, waiting, and listening. It was just above zero. Now there is freezing, which is 32, and then there is freezing cold. Freezing cold, anyone who has ever hunted in the late season understands. Shaking and trembling, I knelt in the snow, waiting for the last of light. Now I don't mind if the deer outsmart me. I don't mind failing, because that's what hunting is. This is not subsistence. This is sport. And that's the rules of the game. And here ends the season. Illinois Archery season 2018. The whitetail curse still unbroken.
The whitetail curse goes on. No kill with sticks. Very sad, hunty dosh. But I did my best. You will never find an unsuccessful hunter that hunts harder than me. And I take great pride in the fact that, in spite of the fact that I may or may not be a terrible bow hunter, I go out and I give my all, and I am content in the fact that I fail, because traditional bow hunting is a persistent commitment to the acceptance of failure. It is short range. It is hard. It is difficult. And I would rather not shoot at all than take a shot that I don't feel good about. I have had many chances over the course of this season. Some that I just plain screwed up. Some that I didn't capitalize on the opportunities that I had. I think next year might be the year. But hunting is a visceral mystery, and you never really know what might happen on a hunt. Every day of hunting is exactly the same, but every day of hunting is just a little bit different. So I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this episode of Tex Grebner Outdoors Illinois Archery Season 2018. Here's hoping I break the whitetail curse in 2019. As always, God bless all my sportsmen of America. Join the NRA to protect our rights. Please got my friends over at threeriversarchery.com. Thank you very much to those of you involved in law enforcement and those of you serving in the military. And thanks for watching Tex Grebner Outdoors.